Hello, and this is Bogus Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Marvel Legends Warlock Build-A-Figure. So before I do this review, I want to give a huge thanks and shout out to my bro Dork Vader for helping me finish this Build-A-Figure. Me and him did a trade because I had some pieces he needed, and I only bought a couple of the figures for this Build-A-Figure because I got the main ones I wanted, so we just did trade for the rest. And I'm very thankful that we did because this Build-A-Figure is awesome. He's just way bigger than 6 inches, which I think looks really awesome. There. Now you can see how tall this figure actually is. I'll show a comparison in a few of what, like, next to a normal 6-inch figure. But I am very happy with this Build-A-Figure. So, he does come with one accessory. He comes with an alternate hand. I think it looks really awesome. There's lots of sculpting detail on it. And he's part of the Technarchy in the comics, a part of like this alien living technology. So that's why he looks like just technology, like pure technology. I think that looks really awesome. I like the dry brushing of black that Hasbro did over the gold on this buzzsaw. Looks really awesome. And you can just pop the right hand off. It's very difficult to do. It's very tight. There. And that's another problem I have with the figure, is that his left arm keeps wanting to pop off very easily. But I really like how tight that his hand was in there, because that just means that it won't pop off or anything. You can see that's what Warlock looks like with his buzzsaw. I think that looks really awesome. And to switch him back out, you just pop this one off, his buzzsaw hand, and just put this back on. You do have to push it until you hear it click, which it is not wanting to do right now. There. So for the face sculpt, I think Hasbro did a great job of capturing the likeness from the comic, because Warlock is a very crazy kind of character, and he's making faces like this in the comic all the time. I think that looks really nice. I just like the paint apps on this whole figure, just because it's black and has that dry brushing of gold over it. I think it really captures the essence of the character from the comics. He has that crazy expression. I like how all of his teeth are individually sculpted. That looks really awesome. I think his hair, I guess you could call it hair, I think it's sculpted very nicely. Kind of looks like cornrows to me. Kind of looks like he has alien cornrows to me. But I think Hasbro did a great job with that. There's lots of color variation, and I really like that. I think that looks sweet. On the back you can see the end of his hair right there. I think that looks really awesome. And he's just got so much sculpting detail on him, it's not even funny. Like right here, he's got lots of wires running up his neck, which looks really awesome. I see his arm starting to come loose again. You can see all the technology bits on him here that's sculpted in and painted on. I think this figure is really, really awesome. And if he has an ab crunch, if you move it all the way back, it's sculpted all the way up in there. I really like that. That looks really awesome. Both ways. If you crunch him forward and back, you can see that he has sculpted detail all the way up. And I really like that, because sometimes when a character has an ab crunch, if you don't move it up very far, it's sculpted, but once you move it, you can see that it's not sculpted at all. But this figure is the complete opposite. It has all the sculpting detail that you'd want in a figure. I think these hoses came out nicely too. And I have read complaints people had of them falling out very easily, but mine are stuck in there pretty good. So I'm not going to try and force them out or anything. So I really like that. I guess I got a really good torso that stays. You can see he's got lots of wires right here on his torso, on the back of his torso, right here. He's just got so much detail. It's really hard to see all the detail because there's so much sculpted in and painted on. I just like the paint on this figure too. I just really think that gold and the black, the color Hasbro used, really makes the color pop. And the joints, they do have this kind of rigid peg to them, but that actually doesn't look out of place on the character just because of how he looks in the comics. You can see right here, it looks natural. It's completely black, but a little bit of gold, and it would have blended right in. But that's not really a complaint of mine. I just think that it blends in with the character. So I think that looks really, really awesome. You can see he has more detail on his gauntlets here. And you can pop his left hand off, too, to put the buzzsaw in. It's just I'm having to hold his arm on here, because sometimes it'll stay, like you can move it back and forth and it'll stay, but try to move it up and it does that. But here's his buzzsaw hand on his left arm. I like it on his right better for some reason. I just think it looks cooler. I don't know, it looks pretty awesome on that side too. I just really, really love this figure just because of all the sculpting that's going on this figure. You can see all the paint detail. I really love that. Hasbro did an awesome job on this figure. And the articulation is even better. So now I'm going to go over his articulation. He's got a ball jointed head that can move back all the way. He could move a little bit further, but his hair's stopping it. You can see that it bends up that far. And he can look all the way down, which I really love. You can see he can look down all the way. He's got ball jointed shoulders that move out that far. You can actually get him moving up too. He has so much articulation, you can actually get him to do that. So I really like that. I'm going to go ahead and put this one down just because I don't want it to fall off. And he's got a swivel at the bicep, double jointed elbow, which I really like because you can see that double jointed elbow is really awesome. Kind of looks like he's doing a dab now. Warlock dabbing. And he's also got a swivel at the wrist that can move down, up just a little bit. You don't get a whole lot of articulation because of his gauntlet there. And it can move side to side. Okay, let me move these back here. And it is surprising also just because this figure has these hoses on his back. I figured it would limit his articulation, his arm articulation, but it doesn't limit it at all, which I'm really a fan of. But he has an ab crunch that can move back all the way. And you'll have to maneuver it around just a little bit to get it past this this sculpted notch right here, like a little belt right here. You can move it around and get him to crunch all the way forward. This arm, I swear. He's got ball jointed hips that can just about do a split. He can kick forward all the way. He can kick back all the way. He's got a swivel at the thigh, double jointed knee. He can kick himself in his back. He can't kick his butt, he can kick himself in the back. He has so much articulation. I really like that. And he's got ball jointed ankles. This arm again. So that's my only complaint about this figure, is this arm wants to pop out constantly. But he's got ball jointed ankles that can move back and forth like that. He has an ankle swivel, rocker, and ball joint because it moves like that, side to side, up and down, and has an ankle rocker. So his big calves, is that what it is, calves? Yeah, they don't even limit or hinder his articulation on his ankles, which I really love, just because this figure has so much articulation. I really didn't figure it'd be as articulated as it is, but it is, and I'm really thankful for that, because this Build-A-Figure is very awesome. So now I'm going to do a comparison. I'm going to show them next to the figures that I did buy to get the pieces that I did get. First up is Cyclops. He's just a standard 6-inch character. And you can see how tall Warlock is compared to him. He's way taller than Cyclops. Here's a 5-inch figure, Old Man Logan. He's even bigger than Old Man Logan, or taller. I think that looks really awesome. Here he is next to Dazzler. And she's really tall because of these roller skates. I haven't got around to reviewing her, but I might. Even though I already have Warlock together, I might do a review on her, because this figure is actually better than I thought it would be, because I didn't think I'd like the whole Disco Dazzler thing, but it's actually a pretty cool figure. And for my last comparison, here he is next to C-3PO. Just because I think this looks like what would happen if C-3PO went crazy. If C-3PO went crazy, he would turn into this. I just like it. So that's my review. I would highly recommend this Build-A-Figure because it's very awesome. And again, I want to give a huge thanks to Dork Vader for helping me finish this Build-A-Figure. So that's my review. And if you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.